Yo! What's up, guys? PKSparkxx here, and welcome back to our BattleClaw series, sponsored by our friends at Mattel. Now, in the last video, we talked about basic battle field layout, how to set up the field where your boundary card goes, where your build zone goes, where your token pile goes, etc., etc. Make sure you guys check out that video because this is a follow-up. This is part 2. This one is letting you know how a turn in BattleClaw goes. The next video is going to be putting it all together. We're going to be doing our very first basic battle, and you guys get to see all of this in action. I am so excited for this, and I hope you guys are as well. So remember, if you need any information, if you are confused about this video or the last, we have plenty of them information, so you guys can check that out. You can learn about the Wu-Xing, learn about the Jillins, what element the colors represent, what the forms are for, all of that and more have been gone into in depth in our previous videos. But right now, let's take a turn in BattleClaw. So last time we briefly spoke about how to start a game of BattleClaw. We're going to go in depth with everything right now. The first thing you want to do is decide who will be going first. You can do so by taking the gentleman route and saying, no, I would like for you to go first. And then your opponent might go as well and say, you know what, no, I would like for you to go first. In that case, you can break that indecision by one of two ways. Either rock, paper, scissors. I should probably say rock, paper, scissors, but then that's not how it goes. It's played differently in your own region. You know how to play rock, paper, scissors. But you want to play either that or a simple coin flip and calling either heads or tails. If you call heads and it lands on heads, then you go first. Or you can decide who goes first. If it lands on tails, then your opponent will go first. So that's one of the few ways you can decide to go first in the game. Once you decide who's going first, it's time for the break. The break is when you throw your BattleClaws at the Jillin pile in the middle of the field so they will scatter and you can begin a game of BattleClaw. To do this, you and your opponent are going to take your respective BattleClaws, and on a count of 3, 2, 1, BattleClaw. You take your BattleClaws and you throw them at the pile, not too hard. You just want to make sure they can break apart on the field. And you do so that way they scatter and you can have room to capture different Jillin. And not to mention, make sure that you have enough room to capture the Jillin that you want. Because sometimes another Jillin on the field may get in your way. That can become an issue. Once the break has been completed, it's time to battle. And whatever player was chosen to go first will make the first attempt to capture a Jillin that's on the field. To do this, you're going to place your BattleClaw at least one card's length away from the Jillin you are attempting to capture. Afterwards, you open your BattleClaw and you make your attempt by tossing your BattleClaw at that Jillin. Not too hard because you don't want to knock it off the field, and most importantly, out of the range of capture for your BattleClaw. Once you complete your toss, if it's still within that range, you pull the ring that's on your BattleClaw to make the capture. However, to complete the capture, you have to drag your BattleClaw outside of the field and onto your side. Once that's done, that is considered a capture, and you can use that Jillin any way you please. Now, if you guys want to remember how the Jillin are used, you can release them back into the wild to get a +10 token, or you can start to build one of your beasts for attack later on by putting it on the respective element on the card that you are using. Now, there are multiple ways to grab Jillin in BattleClaw. One of them is known as a MultiGrab, which is capturing more than one Jillin in a single turn. Doing so allows you to use all of the Jillin you've captured on that turn. So you can release 1 or 2 of them so that way you can get power-up tokens, or if you capture 3, the last one you can use to start building a beast. So if you have an option and an ability to actually capture more than one Jillin in a single turn, I would highly recommend you do that. But make sure you practice at home because it can get pretty difficult, especially depending on the BattleClaw you choose to use for the game. Another one is known as a BlindGrab. After you set your BattleClaw for capture, you close your eyes and you toss it. And you just hope that you have the right distance and force and ring capture to drag it across the line by closing your eyes and attempting your capture as normal. If you do complete your capture, that's known as a BlindGrab. MultiGrabs and BlindGrabs have effects that are most likely used for power-up or action cards. So make sure you read your card and you know how they're used, because sometimes attempting and completing a BlindGrab or MultiGrab can get you to activate some abilities from your beast or the cards that you're using. But again, we'll go into power-up and action cards when we start talking about advanced battle. So once you have used your Jillin by either releasing them back onto the field or by using them to build a beast, you have to look at your build zone. did you complete building a beast by having 2 Jilin that represent the appropriate elements on the beast that you are building? If so, that beast becomes tapped and attacks one of your opponent's beasts in an attempt to defeat them. If it does defeat it, then congratulations, you have yourself a point. You need to defeat all beasts in your opponent's build zone in order to win the game. So after you take your turn, your opponent takes their turn. They attempt to capture a Jilin, they use the Jilin as they feel so appropriate, and after that, if they have a beast that's ready to attack, then they attack one of yours. If not, it's your turn to attempt to capture a Jilin, and you pass it back and forth like that, taking turns appropriately, also applying the effects that's necessary when they're available to be activated until the game is completed by again defeating all of your opponent's beasts, or unfortunately, having all of your beasts defeated. And that is how you play a basic battle of BattleClaw. So now you know how the field should be set up, and you know how each turn goes. You know where the boundary cards are at. You know where your build zone is at and where your opponent build zone is at. You know how to take your turn in BattleClaw, and you know that if you don't capture a Jilin, your turn is over immediately. So you need to make sure you complete your capture so you can take the full advantage of your turn, such as building a beast, powering your beast up for attack in the next turn. So now we're going to put this all in action. The next video, we are going to be having a basic battle. It is going to be so exciting, and I hope you guys can't wait for that, because I know I cannot wait. So if you need any refreshers, make sure you check out our previous videos, but next time we're going to see a basic battle in action. But for now, it's time for me to dip. Stay hot, guys, and I'll see y'all next time.